Okay, you bubbling. Look,
yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booger bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser, my posse deep and I raiding. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me, bet on my bacon. Big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Yeah, I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all in nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah. Super fly for the dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'm a step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you wanna stuff for. Money, that machine. The bell got my stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead places in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Patience thinner than a penny hoe.
Over here and empty your pockets. I don't do that. In my prison, you do what I tell you to. Get over here. He's gonna get nasty.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
We want back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake them up, the champs is in, We want back ends, wipe my sins, wipe it, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake them up, the champs is in, yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to. Bite down on you, right now on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the right for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. I got a ring too gorgeous. Damn, I gotta treat it like forges. It sound like oh. Blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you broke them all. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck goose linebacker coming through. Yeah, hit him with this man on the Jew. Yeah, we gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah, and I spend a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block 'em. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block 'em. We some animal, yeah, we some gobbler. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my highlight, my property. Do a quarterback sneakers on 4th and 3. Kick the ends on the offensive block for me. I stiff him, I'm down, get off of me. I'm trucking them over, he under me. All back ends, wipe my sins. They can't win. No new.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Move. Lock in. Lock in. Hide.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now it's Trubisky. Being chased out left. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Tack McKinley. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board, and a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Gun!
Now Ryan. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 75 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. leaves this one for Howard. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, 18. Hey, gotta go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Going deep this time for Miller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey, gotta go.
Trubisky, draw play, gets to Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Vic Beasley able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Lock in, lock in. 18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Ryan. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Howard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Blue.
Trubisky with the give to Howard. And some room to roam now. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
This is Cole. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now Trubisky to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Trubisky to throw on second. And his throw is incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, gotta go. Hey, 18.
Trubisky will throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Ryan on second down. He completes it to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Now Ryan on first down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
To throw is Ryan. Looking downfield for Joe. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Gun! Go! Hey, Tuesday!
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes,
21.
you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Shaheen, the tight end, on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Trubisky is going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, gotta go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Ricardo Allen Allen with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. "14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
21. All right, 25 Let's go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Red, up.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Red, up. We're go, let's go.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Burton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking deep for Julio. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And some room to work. Finding room at the 30. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Ryan. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st down, Ryan. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
There we
Ryan now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They stop him after a gain of only 4, and that brings up 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, let's go.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On second down, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Lock in, lock in.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now Trubisky lost the football, but the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
18.
On second down, here's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Red, up. Gotta go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going for the deep, and that's caught inside the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Red, up.
They'll give to Howard. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Gotta go.
On first and goal, Howard. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Howard all alone in the backfield on second and goal.
Hey, 18.
Back to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Adam Shaheen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Shedding through the defense. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On second down, Freeman. Down right around the 25. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And Bryant's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Lock in, lock in.
Here's Trubisky. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gotta go, gotta go.
One last shot for Trubisky. Flush to his right. Oh, he stays up, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
Superstars out, brand new cars. We by the bar now, swaying doors now. Now smash, shots and goals, rock the shows, big bang rolls, cash.